Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Yellow and today I'm going to be showing you how to do file sync on Windows 10 or 8 or pretty much any Windows version. Alright, let's get straight into this. Alright, before we get started, I'm going to have timestamps on the screen now, as well as in the description, so you can easily find the certain parts in the video that you need. I'm going to be using a free open source software called FreeFileSync that will allow me to sync as many folders as I like together. Now, I'm going to go into this software a little bit. I'm going to show you how to use it, how it works, and so by the end of this, you should hopefully know how to sync 2 or more folders together in real time, automated, all of that. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so we're first going to head over to freefilesync.org. I'll have this linked in the description, or you can just Google it, and you just want to head over to their download page. Now, for whatever reason, these download buttons do not work on Firefox. I discovered that previously. However, if you use a Chromium browser like Edge or Chrome, they will work. So all you have to do is press download and it will start downloading it. I've already installed it, so I'm going to get rid of it. However, it does not take that long to download. It may be just a couple of seconds. I'd over to my downloads folder here, and you just want to double click on the setup. We're going to run it. Alright, and then you're going to land on this setup screen. It's pretty like any other program setup installer. I would just leave this as the same. Now, I recommend doing a local installation. You can't even do a portable installation unless you actually donate to them, which you get a special edition with them. And it shows you a little cute animal here. I think that's actually different every single time with the installer, and then it will install pretty much like any other application. Alright, so once it's installed, you'll see these 2 icons in the desktop, as well as the start menu, as you see here, FreeFileSync and RealTimeSync. Now, each of these has their own use cases, but I'm going to go over FreeFileSync first, as you're going to need to use this either way. RealTimeSync relies on FreeFileSync. So let's open up FreeFileSync first, and you'll be met with something like this. Now I'm going to make it bigger. Now, this user interface may seem a little bit confusing at first, however, it's actually very simple. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to select our 2 folders we want to sync with. We can choose more, but I'm just going to use 2 for this tutorial. Now, if you wanted to add more folders, you can just do that, and you can choose more. It doesn't matter. I don't need this, so we're going to get rid of that. All right. So in this case, I'm going to use these 2 folders here. I'm going to use important documents, and I'll just create a new folder on the desktop called, let's just call it folder sync. Alright, now in this folder, as you'll see, I've pretty much got nothing. I've got a special message. Yes, if you're a legend, if you subscribe. I've also got a PDF file. This is just a demo PDF file that I found. We've got an image, and then I've also got another image, a cool little background. I've got also a script. Yes, please subscribe, important message. That's about it. Now, you can just copy and paste this in there, but of course, we want to sync it, because in most cases, you're probably not going to be copying and pasting this. You want it to real-time sync, and you also probably copying a huge amount of files. In my actual use case for this, I was copying around syncing around 60 gigs of files between 2 folders, and that's just simply not enough to be constantly copying and pasting. It's ridiculous. So we're going to go over to FreeFileSync, and we're going to hit the browse icon here, and we're going to select the important documents folder. I'm going to browse on this side, and we're going to select our folder sync folder that I put on the desktop. Whoops. There we go. Now we're going to click compare. Now this is just going to compare the files. So let's say you already have one of the files in the other folder, it's going to show up here, or if one of the files is in the other folder, yet it's not an up-to-date file, then it will also show it here. So in this case, I've got none of these files in that folder, so they all say that. So it's going to copy a new item to the right. Now, the filter, unless you want to use it, this is going to be allow you to include or exclude certain files. Now, I'm not going to mess around with this because I want to include all of them. However, you can go in here and if you want to exclude certain files, you can here, or if you want to include only a certain amount of files and exclude everything else, you can do it too. It's very simple. Alright, so we're going to click on synchronize. Now, before we click synchronize, there's two synchronize options. So there is two-way synchronization. So this is pretty much both ways. So it will synchronize files from both folders, and let's say if a file gets updated in one folder, it will sync it to the other and vice versa. Now, Mirror is only going to sync the files from important documents, and they're going to copy it over to folder sync. Now, if you update a file in the important documents folder, I'm just using this as an example, then it will update in the folder sync. However, if you do it in folder sync, it won't update to here. It's only mirroring it from one folder to another. Now, update is simply just copies the new files over. It doesn't really do anything. Now, in most cases, you're probably going to select two-way file sync, but you can also choose mirror. So I'm going to go with mirror, and two-way. Now, all you're going to do is click synchronize, and it's going to say how much it's going to copy over. So 5 files, 11.4 megs, and we're going to click start. Completed successfully. All good. So it took less than a second, and then 15.49 megs. That's a log. Very simple. And close. Now, as you go over here, if I go on my desktop, you'll see folder sync, and I've got all these files here. A special message is still there. The PDF file is still there. The image file, it's still there, so is the other one. And of course, our script that says please subscribe is still there. Now, let's say we're going to make a change to a special message. So, let's put in here ... and if you ring the bell. We're going to save that. And it's saved. Now this is in our folder sync thing. And we're going to compare again. Now it's going to immediately pick up that there's been an updated version of this file, and it's going to update the one in important documents. Same thing as before, synchronize. It's going to only copy that amount, and it's completed it all. And now if I go into the documents and important documents, that special message has been updated. Now, of course, this is great if you want to just quickly sync files. However, in a lot of cases, this is pretty, not very useful, because you're going to be using copy and paste for this, and in most cases, you want FileSync to automatically sync files. You don't want to do it manually. So, this is what you have to do. Alright, so we're going to click on Save here. Now, it's going to save it as a FreeFileSync file. So, I'm going to do, we'll call it desktop and documents file sync, and we'll save it in our documents folder. As you see, it shows up there. Now this isn't the real-time file syncing save file, it's just the save file for this particular file syncing tool. Now the next thing that we want to click on is save as. We're going to save it as a batch job. Now this is very important, because this is actually going to allow us to run it in this separate program called RealTimeSync. Now this is going to allow us to automatically run RealTimeSync in the background, automatically sync files without us having to constantly click synchronize. All we have to do is, I recommend when it show error messages, so when it does happen it will pop up in your note, but if you really don't want to have that, you can always click ignore errors. I like to keep it there. Now the progress dialog. Now, I recommend both of these, run, minimize, and auto close, because otherwise they're going to be constantly popping up on the bottom there, and it's going to show you the progress of the file syncing, and then it's going to beep at you as soon as it's done. So I just recommend clicking that. Now, when finished, let's say if this file syncing is finished, you can also, if you want to, the system can go to sleep or shut down. I'm just going to leave it as blank. I'm assuming most of you guys are going to do the same. Now we're going to click on Save As. And I'm going to put in bracket batch job for this one. Now, this is when the other program that was also installed is going to come in handy. It's called RealTimeSync, and we're going to open it here. And this is actually going to be pretty simple. We're going to click on Open, and we're going to select our batch job file that we just saved. Alright, and as you see here, folders to watch is automatically put in everything as well as the command line. Now, all you might want to change is the minimum idle time. So this is the time it's going to take if a file is going to be updated, for how long it's going to be that idle time before it actually starts syncing. Now I recommend leaving it on 10 because if you're saving a lot of files like at the same time, it might miss a file. So I recommend leaving it on 10, but it's pretty much the time, it's pretty much a cooldown time for when a file updates to when it's actually synced to the other folder. And I recommend keeping it at 10 because, like I said, it can miss files if you're constantly updating files. Now, that being said, if a file is saved within those 10, I'm going to open up the same file in the other folder so you can see it works two ways as well. Now, obviously, if you selected mirror, then it'll only work in that folder, but in this case, we're doing two ways, so I'm going to add a little thing here. Also, press the like button and comment if you need help. Save that. Now when we see that, we'll see in about 10 seconds or so. As you see here, there we go. So we know it's synced. And now on here, it's been updated. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button, and I hope I helped you out. I made this video because I pretty much found no tutorials online about it. So if it helped you out, please hit that thumbs up button. If you need help, comment it down below and join my Discord, please. I'm always online on Discord. If you need help, that's the best way to get help from me. However, you can also comment in the comments and I'll see if I can get back to you. It's just that the comments, they often get flooded pretty quickly and it's pretty hard to keep track of everyone, so join my Discord as well. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope I helped you out. It's 2022. I'm a bit late with the first upload. It's already February, for Christ's sake. However, I'm back. I'm making content. I promise I'll upload more stuff. I'm hoping for around that weekly upload schedule. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that ding-a-ling bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.